Oh shit. Oh no.
How do you know for sure?
How do you really know?
How do you know for sure? Know for sure. How do you know for sure? How do you ever really know? You're one of us.
How do you ever really know? What's up?
Really know?
What up, folks?
What up, party people?
What's up?
This is excellent. There's a 0. I'm seeing numbers. I think we're in there.
Yo.
Not too loud. Hey. Yeah.
Welcome to the show in Ohio. Better let them know. Yeah.
Better than cheddar. Better than cheddar.
You're one of us.
Are you one of us? One of us.
You're one of us.
Man. It is so good to be back in
The
Ohio.
Outhouse podcast where we talk shit about shit. It's just annoying enough. Are you off camera? Is that thing? Hold on, that's bugging me.
I can't even tell.
Just a little bit. You could scoot my way if you want. You could just, yeah, there you go.
Oh.
There's your beautiful face. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty ugly.
Scooting just a tad bit there.
Welcome, the Bushmaster.
How do you know for sure? How do you know for sure?
Hey, no ER. Copyrighted.
That's right.
What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? I guess there's nobody yet. The views and opinions expressed by the individuals in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the Outhouse podcast, its affiliates, its guests, or even us. It's just for entertainment, kids. It's just for entertainment. That didn't
Opinions
go very far.
for you minions.
That did not go very far.
Better not take me from my word. I'm not responsible. You fuck around and go to jail. Don't listen to me. Trying to tell you. Hear me.
Bushmaster, what's up, man?
Oh, man.
Finally got you back. We've been trying to get you back in here for a hot ass minute.
Yeah, man. No, just trying to keep the boat afloat the best way I can, man. Cranking out some music.
I hear that.
With SeAth here, trying to be a good teammate. You know, man, shout out to SeAth, man. Yeah, shout out to SeAth. This is the, he's the man of the hour, man. That's the wave maker right there, you know, Hollywood and shit. Going on America's Got Talent, but no, actually, man, I really be
I
doing
didn't
too
see
much.
no numbers there when I said that there, Gary.
But though,
I can't see that it's live. I don't know
You
why.
gotta click on it.
That's what I was trying to see was the comments.
Yeah, mine just comes up and I click on it and it goes right on in there, by God, and you can see the comments. You're on SeAth though.
I went off of it, yeah.
But though I do have a single floating around on platforms called "My Moment to Shine," produced by KP Malone.
Just passed it up again.
And
I think
my buddy SeAth here did the what do you want to call it? Visual or background for it.
Yeah, the video. Yeah.
Pretty dope.
that's what's up.
My moment to shine. My moment to shine. Hey. It's a vibe for real. I was honored to be able to make that for you, man.
Oh no, I love making music with this silly guy right here, man.
Bushmaster is the #1 hype man, journeyman, advice man, rhyme man.
We're gonna get into his ass here in a little while. I got questions, I tell you what.
He'll beat your ass in escalator, throw you down the escalators.
I plead the fifth. I don't know what this silly guy talking about.
Nah. No, it's all love. I'm seriously.
Yeah,
But
all love, man.
so no Otto tonight. He's on work duty. He's doing some he's pulling some time in trying to get his orientation done and all that sort of jive. You know, I lost my other ring the other day. It pisses me off. I don't know where. I think it was in Otto's car when we left the spot the other night. I had a little buzz going on. We left that son bitch, I'll tell you what. You guys ain't checked that out, get on over there and check out the spot.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
shout out the spot.
Yes, shout them guys
36
out.
Garfield Avenue. I guess they're going to have jam nights every Tuesday night now. I can't make it because that's my big nights where I go grab me some scrappity doodads.
Canton, Ohio's real local music. Check it out, the spot.
And you can also come here and jam during this podcast. You know, I told them guys that 2 days out here.
Yeah, shout out the spot though, man. Earl.
He
Louis,
trying to make
Ricky.
it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Earl's not part of the program no more. That he's doing his own little thing, I guess. I was talking to Louis when we was there. They ain't got no bad thing between them. They just,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
according to him, that's what he said.
Well, that would be good, you know, and then they can come back in the future
Yeah.
and meet up and maybe cross threads again.
Kinda
Shout
sound-
out to
I've
Gary
been trying
too.
to get Earl here, man. That dude, you know, when I first started watching him, I just thought he was just one of those metal guys or whatever. And then
Yeah.
I seen him in a couple other videos. Like, okay,
No,
this
Earl's
guy,
a-
he,
hey,
he
he
can
can
play
get
some drums, some different
he can
styles.
get
Earl's
it.
a
man.
beast.
Yeah.
Earl's
I
a
was
beast,
like,
man.
okay.
He can play
okay.
guitar,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to say that too.
Yeah.
Earl,
Oh,
where you
gosh.
at, bro?
Where you at, Ricky?
Shout out Adonis Boyd. Yeah. Him and his band, Adonis Boyd, and I think the Monkeys is what they call that something. Man, Adonis, man, he's amazing on that guitar.
Boyd?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, he was up there.
We got a show coming up on
Jimmy
May
was playing
10th
with him.
with Adonis Boyd, Big Buff Records, myself, The Come Up, Spider in the Hall. We're going to be out there at the Vortex May 10th. So be on the lookout for that. We're selling tickets right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Otto's trying to talk us into doing a pre-production show at the spot, Gas Band. We'd rip the roof off that fucker, dude.
That'd be cool. It's a nice location. I did some films there.
We'd have to bring our own stuff though. They got nowhere near the equipment needed
Oh,
for
yeah.
us.
They got good stuff for what they got, but they don't have anything compared to you guys. Yeah.
Like we'll loosen the nails in that garage
Yeah,
with our
for real.
stuff, and that's just no other way around it.
Shout out the Media Farm.
I might have some goodies for you over there, Lou.
Man, shout out
Yeah.
Ohio. I'm so glad to be home. LA,
Speaking of which, we was getting ready to get to.
man.
So let us hear about your trip to LA to go out for America's Got Talent.
Yeah,
I'm sure our peoples want to hear.
Yeah, and tell the truth too. Chicken shit motherfucker.
It was literally the most hectic
You owe a
experience
quarter.
ever. You know, when they say, hey, you
I
don't
won too,
want fame,
actually.
and like,
I
if you
just
got a taste
think
of
I
it,
got
you would know. Man, I swear on everything, it was like that. I got a taste of it, because I was being pulled in different directions. Uh-oh, do I gotta donate too? Did I
Only
lose?
if you F-bomb it.
I don't know if I did or not.
I don't think you did. I would have caught you.
It was
I
insane.
caught myself.
And it's very calm here. Like it's not so much the people. The people were nice.
It's the rat
just the
race.
amount of people everywhere. Yeah, exactly. So being here, you get your peace and serenity. Unless you have to like go somewhere, go out and put yourself in that space. You didn't get the option in LA to put yourself in that space.
Oh no, it's let's go.
Yeah, we
Huh?
tried. I mean, we held up in the hotel a lot because it was like a safe space from
Sound like hustle and bustle then. pretty
everything, and it was just
That's
everything
crazy.
you could imagine too. But the whole time, the experience, the visual, the immersive feeling of being there was unreal. It was just unbelievable at every moment. So though I'm being like pushed through this constant current, I'm like watching it in just mind blown the whole time. Oh my gosh. Everything around me was just, I'm here. I'm here.
much. So
I'm
you
here.
so you can say you're suffering from culture shock.
Oh
in a
man.
sense. Alright, I
In
get it.
in the most
I
yeah.
get it.
That's a word that's been used often actually, was culture shock, yeah. It was insane.
And apparently, I forgot to say, our producer Will's he's got a beat up leg or something, so he's been out of commission for like 2 shows. He was just starting to get into it too, man. If
Shout
you're
out
out there,
Will.
Will, yeah.
Hope you feel better
We
soon.
miss you,
Well,
buddy.
soon, man.
We miss you, buddy. Get your ass back in here. Gary says total mayhem out there.
It was. It absolutely was. But at the same time, like I said, what an experience. I'm blessed to have it, but I don't feel like you know, like I was deserving to have it. Like, why me? When I was put in that situation, I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know where anything is or what anything is in this current time out in LA. Like, to go there, we had a plan to get through the airports. When we got there, it was like, okay, where do we go?
Disaster 1.
Where do we go?
Boarding.
Yeah, like, the mission was complete. It was like, okay, we're here. Now what? It was just, what? And we had no idea, me or my sister, and she has way more experience. She had the airports down, man. The first airport experience was stupid, though. Yeah.
I know, because we was trying to upload a video for him, and we was having troubles because he's got video clips of it or whatever, and we're going to do that starting tonight when the show gets over. We're going to try to get it started uploading. It'll take a couple days. It'll be on his YouTube channel at, what is it? Just SeAth, right?
Yep, SeAth. 8890 probably.
SeAth.
SeATH.
What was the gas prices out there, stuff?
SeAth.
The gas, I saw a sign said $5.44 for cash, and it went up for card. Woo! $5.44, yeah.
That's crazy.
Good googling.
We had rented a car, and they had they pre-filled it with gas, but it did really good on gas. We didn't have to get gas the entire time. But the times that we didn't want to take the car, we had to take an Uber. It was like $60 to go down the road. Just to go down the road. And Uber was like a main transportation down there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. Yeah, like you said, man, it make you appreciate what you got back home where you live. There's no place like home.
Mm-hmm.
So much so.
I've never been out west myself. First I've ever been out west is Texas area, El Paso.
I've been to Texas quite a few times.
Never California.
Stayed for the summer.
I drove down to Texas, got to see it, and drove back.
I was in California when I was like 5 years old, so I kind of remember it, but I didn't get to go. We went to Disneyland, and the relatives that we went out there, they lived in the desert way up in Hesperia, California, which is up in the desert. But it was a trip way back then. We went across this great nation in a VW bus with the heater stuck on in the middle of the summer.
Damn.
Oh, man.
That sucked.
Yeah, dude, when it was hot, it was hot. But it was surprisingly cold, like, a lot of the time. Like, in the mornings, it was cold until you had to stand in the sun for any kind of warmth. I mean, you had a jacket on, too. And then when it got hot, it was like from noon to 5, it got sweltering hot. And then it was right back to cold as soon as it got dark.
As soon as that sun goes away, it's like, woo.
It was cold again.
That's crazy.
We stayed in Glendale and Burbank and Pasadena, where the fires actually were. And it was like a triangle of where we were that we basically went. And that's where all the celebrities were. That's where Hollywood, that's where everything is apparently. Didn't know it. But we were like a half hour from everything that was great. And the only other place we went was Venice. And that was an hour and a half back towards the ocean. It was an entirely different experience out there. It was like, wow, we're not even in the same state now.
That's what's crazy about California is you can go snow skiing in the morning and hit the beach in the afternoon.
You can do it all.
Right.
You can do it all. And it feels like Ohio weather, as weird as that is to say. You can go to Cleveland, and you know you're in Cleveland by the air. You go out there, and it's like you don't really notice it. You just don't. It was insane.
Yeah, I know when I went out west, which Texas and Vegas, you know, it's a dry heat out there. All that humidity gone. Oh, I felt great out there.
Yeah.
Bones didn't hurt. All that saltive jive.
Dude, I don't like the dry heat. If I get salty and I start crusting up, the dry heat's terrible, man.
Am I ashy, man?
It is like you just feel dirty all the time, and you're not.
I'm salty. I'm just a little salty from being in California.
Nah, I think you talking about heat, man, down south, boy. I remember going to Alabama as a youngster, man. That heat is something vicious.
Yeah, and it's humid too. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
It'll beat you up. It's like up here, but hotter.
Yeah, hotter. Exactly. Man, how you hating life. Someone beating down on you, man. I remember going to, not too many people heard of this town. It's a real small town in Alabama called Brundage. It's right outside of Montgomery. Yeah, got hot as hell, man.
I know I heard some stories about Montgomery. Let's just say you don't be effing around Montgomery. You know, down there, armed robbery gets you like serious penalties. So these cats will come up and just punch you in your face out of nowhere, pow, and rob you and shit, because their penalties ain't stiff for assault as if they try to rob you with a weapon.
Wow.
So I guess these cats just walk up to you and drop you, pow, out of nowhere. You just be walking along, and the next thing you know, sucker punch, boom.
Because of stipulation, if you're not carrying anything, you don't have a weapon. So
That's why I say everybody should have one. If we all carried guns, people wouldn't be effing around no more, because they'd be like, "Ooh, this cat might have one on him." And I'm not saying a bunch of people running around stupidly with guns. Train yourself. Know how to use it, not just put it on your side and say, "I got a gun," and point and shoot. No.
Yeah.
Train yourself, know how to use it, know when to use it.
Exactly.
There's been so many.
Be like Cheddar Bomb and 8 Mile,
Right.
damn near shoot your nuts off.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna. Misfires. There's been so many
That's
misfires
just
because of people who don't know how to handle what they have, what they own. You know.
The biggest thing that I don't ever understand is the person that says, "I thought it was unloaded." Bro, that's the first thing I do as soon as I put a gun in my hand is check to see if it's loaded.
Or not.
Period.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. Even if somebody tells me it's not loaded, I'm checking anyway. I don't care, man. That's not a toy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
If I have it around people,
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
gonna
first thing
take
they
all
teach you in the
ammunition
military. Right.
out of it. I'm not even gonna have any ammunition in it. I'm just gonna play it safe all the way around.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Exactly.
Facts.
Or I was cleaning it and boom. How the hell was you cleaning your loaded gun, man? Like, come on, man. Like I said, that's the first thing you do when you put a gun in your hand. If you're not pulling up to shoot, if somebody hands you a gun, check to see if it's loaded. Even if they tell you if it's loaded or unloaded, check it yourself.
There's a story recently.
Never depend on somebody's word when it comes to firearms.
Never.
Dude,
You're all right though.
There's a story recently where the cop literally made the story because the dude passed away. He couldn't tell the story himself. And he was giving his dog a bath. And the dog jumped out and hit like a blanket, and the gun was loaded. And it fell and it shot him.
Right.
So the story read, dog shoots owner for giving him a bath. Like, it was a real thing, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, or how like people like to leave a gun, quote, as they say, on the ready. Like, I don't know, be getting that sometimes, especially when you got kids in the house. Like, what is you doing leaving your gun locked and loaded?
That was the case, yeah. It literally fell. Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is I used to do the same thing, and I had somebody coming in my house one night, and you know what happened when I tried to get bullets in this gun?
Right. Right. Yeah. Fumble on the place.
Fuck that shit. Yeah. Ever since that day, my gun is locked and loaded. It's just out of reach of children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will never go through that again. Turns out it was just a drunk dude coming up my stairs, but needless to say, had it would have been a threat, I was unprepared.
Dang. I know the feeling, maybe not with a
I couldn't
weapon,
get the bullets
but,
in this gun, dude. I couldn't. I was so nervous and freaking out.
Hey, I know somebody who did that, man. They went to go, just like you said, went to go reach for their gun, fumbling, ping, 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 and that's all you heard. His shells dropping on the ground as he tried to load his revolver. Yeah.
Yep, Gary says like the Old West. Exactly. That's why I say if everybody would carry them and they know how to use them, we wouldn't have the problems we do today.
That's what I said. The Red Dead Redemption is what it would be like.
Man, that's
even
how
the kids got them.
And that's funny because you know all these years these people was talking about how them cats, them sharpshooters, there's no way, you know, because they was shooting. They did do all that because when you rely on that for your life, you got to shoot your food and you got to shoot for protection against crazy people and all that, you know how to use that weapon.
Yeah, experience.
And these dudes
alone.
could shoot like this. There's these one cat. He just flick a washer. A washer that's got a hole in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Flick it up in the air and shoot a fucking gun through or a bullet through it.
Man,
Tossed up a baby aspirin. Pow! All kinds of crazy. Man, come on. Them dudes back then, when they was really on it, they could do all that. Believe you me.
You didn't have technology to take all your time. What else are you gonna do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You had to hunt to eat. You couldn't just go to the store and buy it. You had to, they carried that around for more than just look at me.
Dude, it was
right. It was a tool for the time.
Relaxed down in LA. Like, I'm thinking about the cops. I didn't see any. The only the ones that I seen was on foot, and they were like in places to protect things. Like there was 4 security officers.
Well, they had all that defunding the police out there.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. It didn't look like there was gonna be a lot of crime because it looked like people were just abiding and scared, and if they were going to do something, they knew what they could get away with. Most of it was drugs, and they could get away with it anywhere. Mm-hmm. They were doing it right in front of us. I mean, we saw it. It was nothing to hide from the public that goes down there and walks by.
Well, if they ain't got room to put them people, even if what are they going to do with them?
Yeah, and that's the daytime. The nighttime, it gets way worse. So, like, I was thinking about it, like, man, there was no, you didn't see any cop cars anywhere. You seen Teslas.
Imagine that.
Teslas everywhere. There was more Teslas than there were regular vehicles, just everywhere. It was insane.
In California, huh?
And there were self-driving vehicles. They looked like Google Maps cars, and they would drive around with big like robots on the top of them that looked like Google Maps cameras. And they drove those people around from like airports, fancy hotels, whatever it was. And the tour bus driver, he had talked about it. He was like, those things, those are a problem.
I bet.
I wouldn't trust it. I'm sorry.
It's like crime and everything is automated or something. I don't know.
Automated crime.
That's just, I mean,
like
humans
steal.
We already put enough blind paper as humans into stuff already, but to put in, man, in a whole damn machine, that's a little bit too much.
Mark Rober just did a diss.
Machine.
He did a diss against Tesla and Disney in the same video, and he lined up Tesla versus any other electric car and the technology they have. The Teslas depend on the cameras and sensing things, and the old like electric cars depend on light sensing. They can actually bounce like lasers and tell what's in the path and stuff.
Oh, that's me breathing all heavy shit. I was like, what the hell's that noise?
Yeah, it was a whole video, and he proved that electric cars were more efficient than Tesla in safety measures. It's crazy.
I've been watching these videos of these crazy cats keying them and doing all this shit to them, not realizing they got cameras all around them things.
Oh, yeah.
Full-time camera. As soon as the catch motion, the cameras come on. This dude, this old white dude, he come up and he's all like, goes down the thing. And dude, there was actually a dude watching him, and he come up and put him on the phone. He was filming him. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I got you on film keying that car. And he's like, oh, I didn't do that. He goes, I got you on a video, plus the Tesla's got cameras on them. And he was like, I was dying. These people are stupid. To do anything out in public anymore, to think you're not on camera, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you have to be.
I mean,
camera everywhere.
Yeah.
Even here in Kenton, everywhere.
Yeah, you ain't getting away with shit.
Nothing. Nothing.
Before you start to do that crazy shit, you better think about that. There's a camera on you. Especially if you're in the public.
Yeah, the public is worse than anything. I went into the woods, and I just like go to the parks and stuff, and there's deer cams everywhere, and they're hidden. You can't see them. They're camouflaged, and they're satellite powered or whatever it is, solar powered. So they don't even need any wires to them. They're undetectable. You're like, oh, You ain't getting away with it in the
send
woods
the
either.
video and the stuff right to your phone, the pictures and the video right to your phone as soon as it motion activates.
We're in the whole time, everywhere we went, actually. My sister, she had her phone connected to her camera at home. And it would go off constantly because she has motion detected. I'm like, man, I would just turn that off. It would get annoying.
I won't be able to stand that. No.
Yeah.
We back to the California thing. We was watching a video and laughing because there's all these spots. If you've played the game San Andreas,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, oh, I remember terrorizing that pier. I remember running people over on that beach. I needed some monies and some weapons.
That pier is Santa Monica Pier. And I don't think I would have known that had I not actually, visited.
Went there.
Yeah, it was... I know it was in a video game. That's what I was thinking of, too. By the way, be on the lookout for that. That video's coming soon. We're going to get it out soon.
Yeah, next couple days here should pop up. Soon, sir.
The only thing that
Soon.
sucks about being back in Ohio is that, and it's not anything to do with Ohio. It was the flight back. I got sick on the flight back, and I've been
ready
sick
to say that.
the entire time until now. Today is like one of the better days, but I'm sure you can hear it. I sound like a freaking frog.
Probably, man, that air quality switch.
Yeah.
I slept on the lunch table, and I think that's what did it, because I was exhausted, dude. It took 2 days to get back, flying constantly. And we were up early because we wanted, to be on time with everything. And literally, the next day, I had made it through an hour and a half flight, 2 hours waiting, 4-hour flight, 2 hours waiting, and I was on this last flight, 1.5 hours home. And I passed out. Oh, so hard. And the lunch table that folds out, I probably drooled on. I guarantee that's what did it.
Yeah, surfaces.
Dude, that poor guy next to me, shout out Matt, wherever you are. He was trying to talk to me so bad. He's like, it's my first time flying. And I'm just being sent out to grab like a car, and then I'm headed back, and I'm getting paid for it the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool, dude. Falling asleep on it, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah, at least you can tell him to shut the hell up. You was nice about it.
Yeah, I was trying to be, I could relate with cable because he worked in cable, and I was like, oh, yeah. I probably told him some nonsense, honestly. Because I wasn't in the right mind. I was exhausted.
Yeah, I bet, man.
I was going to try to get you hooked up with my nephew out there. But he lives about 20 minutes, half hour away or something like that from LA.
Otto had sent me a number of somebody I was supposed to contact, and there was so much going on.
That's why I didn't even bother with that.
I just couldn't, yeah.
Because I didn't know what he's got going on or nothing anyway. He's out there scoring movies and shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have infiltrated his life as much as mine was just like,
You see any gang affiliated people out there like that?
Gang affiliated?
Mm-hmm.
No, not really, but my neighbor, Money Moo, he was big with Big Sean, and I won't air his business out, but he was tied to some kind of, would you say, like contraband, probably. And it was a hustle and flow in the streets, and he was telling me all about it, and it's tied with, like, Big Sean, and that was the main name he had mentioned, and a couple other things. He was cool, and he had the proof to back it up with all of his socials and stuff.
Turn this on, kids.
But like I said, I wouldn't have known, though, because we were the minority, and there was only one other black person. We were the only white people, and there's Armenians, Chinese people, all kinds of different cultures. So we were like, we stuck out like a sore thumb, just like I am now with my shirt.
I got my spring dues on.
Shout out Brenna and Josh.
You could take your phone
and my sister
Go
for
right
getting
on
this
to
done. Yeah, I was getting scanned left and right walking down the streets. It was actually really impressive.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it impressed me.
Yeah, good way to get exposed, get yourself put out there.
We went into the dispensary, and they were like, "Hey, those people are scanning you." And I'm like, "What?" We turn around, they're like, "They're scanning your shirts." And we're like, "Oh, that's okay. It's fine." You're like, "Oh, okay."
We want them to do that.
Yeah. It's fine. I don't care. It was cool. Gary said smoking them mushrooms.
Yeah. You know how we do around here.
The whole track gets consumed. Be on the lookout for the video because it's coming soon. Hey. Dude, the audition itself was... It was a top tier performance, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't at my like full energy level that I wanted to be at because it was an all-day wait.
So walk us through this. We didn't, we haven't talked about that yet.
Man.
The whole, that part of the experience.
We woke up at, I think, 4 in the morning, and then we went over to line up. And
what time was you supposed to be there?
They start lining up at 6. They said they'll kick you out if you start lining up before that.
Yeah.
So we want to leave at 4 so we knew where we were going and where to park and all that.
Is it a first come, first serve in that line type of a thing?
Yeah.
They only got so much and you got to get in there and...
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we left, we had left at like... 2 o'clock because they literally got me in at the time I was supposed to be going, which is crazy. And at 2 o'clock, we looked out there. There was thousands of people. The biggest roller coaster line I had ever seen, lined up to the building, still trying to get in.
It was wrapped around the building 5 times, folks.
It was insane. I mean, I got videos of it, and it's in the thing and everything. And we were in the first group of 100 people. They let them in by groups of 50 through the door. And we were, there was a second group to go in. And we were lined up probably halfway down the street in this line by the time we got there. And we got there at like 5:45. I mean, it was getting 2:06 and they just didn't care at that point. And it was insane. It was dark. Everybody was out there. They were already like rehearsing and getting... It was completely different from any show I've ever been to. Because people are there, they're ready to do what they're doing. They're not warming up right there, They're not doing it, and they're not all different things. Like, it wasn't just music, it was magic. There was this guy with a piano set up. There was a sword swallower, like, there was a
all
dancing...
kind of crazy shit, huh?
Yeah, there was a whole school
like
of dancing
circus.
people. It was insane. And so, we associated a little bit, and I ended up demonstrating, like, what I do when we were waiting to go in, and I got a video of it. Like the whole line ended up cheering for me. I was kind of put on the spot. They were like, "Yeah, let's see it." And I was like, "Okay," So I just started going a cappella. That was cool.
Now, was that the actual audition, or you just doing that for the folks there?
That was like 6 a.m. when we were standing in line, just waiting.
There, yep.
Yeah, that wasn't for the folks.
No, it was for the folks. It wasn't for AGT.
Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of people were saying it too. Is like you could be standing next to the most important person in the room and not know it.
Mm-hmm.
And at any moment. So it's like, be on your best smile, your best energy, your best everything. And I didn't have it. I was exhausted from the trip. I had gotten there early as crap. I maybe had one coffee, and I was like, by the time it actually rolled around, dude, I was happy to get it done. And that's what it was. Like, I was happy to do it, and I know that came through. Because, like, I snapped out of it, and I looked at the other people who were auditioning in the room at the time. They only let, like, 10 people in out of the group of 50 to audition for the person, yeah. When you go in, it says it's on air, so somebody's listening. I don't know who, but it says literally on air like this. And I snapped out of it, and I looked around, and I started freestyling to each individual. Because, like, I was like, and you're here, too, for the same reason, dude. Like, we're here to shine a light and shine tonight,
Yeah, I got you a couple fans up at Gabe's Deli right there on Hills and Dales across the street from the Dairy Queen. in that little plaza. There's a deli there. And I went in and, I go in there once in a while and I'm bullshitting with him. And I started telling him about you and stuff. And the one dude was like, oh, what's his name? He's like, I watched that show. That's my favorite show. I was like, yeah, Seth Bowman. He goes, I'm going to look him up.
Oh, my God.
I said, I don't know when it's going to air. You know what I mean? I said, he was just out there last Monday. They just taped it. So I said, I don't know when it's airing. But I told him how to, get a hold, I said he's got a YouTube and all that and Facebook. So he probably's checking you out.
Dude, that's what's up. Thank you. Much love to that, for real. That's hilarious. So the show, it airs on May 27th, but they have previews up until then.
Yeah.
They're doing new stuff right now. They haven't done new stuff for like months. I've been watching their page, and they just recycle the old auditions that they have. Well, they just posted a picture of all the official judges and the hosts being there, and they're like, we're getting ready, it's around the corner. So it is happening. I am following and friends with Frankie Nybrower. Shout out to him, because I've seen him on TV before. That's amazing. Like, I've seen him on this show, and I freestyled for him, and he and his manager freaking loved it. Stood up and was cheering inside of the audition room that was actually on TV and everything. It was a whole thing, and it was like, oh, that's so cool. He's an R&B singer, and he's really good.
Now, your audition was a freestyle.
Yeah, it was a freestyle.
So what was the subject? Would you...
So I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it.
Of course.
But I said I wanted
That's why they call it a freestyle.
A word.
Right,
that's what I usually do. And she gave me the word astoundingly. And,
oh, God.
Yeah, but it was perfect. Because I started saying it and started talking as I played the beat. I had realized the whole time I was trying to figure out, okay, am I going to have a beat? Are they going to supply a beat? Or do I need to have my phone ready? I didn't know. The communication on this was... And I had asked everybody. I went through the lines. I signed up the papers. Hey, do I got a beat here? And blah, blah, blah. They'll tell you over there. I did that multiple times.
They'll tell you. Go!
Yeah! For real, dude. And I get in there, and I said, how do I hook up this? Well, the dude went before me. He went before me, and he asked how to hook it up. He did a whole spoken word thing, which was like, wow, somebody else is doing spoken word. That's cool. And he did a really powerful one. It was really good. Shout out. I can't remember his name, but he hooked up his phone. So I got up there.
Oh, I was like, I thought I heard some bells.
Literally. Oh yeah, what's up?
There's somebody.
And man.
Sound like a truck, man.
Totally threw me off. Shout out Lucas in the building.
It was talking about you starting your freestyle.
Oh, I went up with my phone, and they had every adapter that you could plug in for
Except
anything
for that
you needed.
one.
No, they had it. They had
That would
it.
have been my luck.
No, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's right there, and it's literally on the producer's table too. So it's like I'm reaching on her desk. So I just plugged it in. I started. I said, hey, you just stop it whenever it's at the minute 30 mark or whenever you feel like it.
That's how it is around here. People just show up and step into the show. Welcome, Lucas.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to the show. Anyway,
I was just
continue.
talking about the AGT audition and the actual audition. And it was after I figured that out and I hit the music, I was in the zone because she told me the word and it flowed out. I said, astoundingly. You know how that sounds to me? Well, and then that's where I really brought it. I was like, a pound the beat, whatever I said. It was in the moment. It's a flow state. Just like Harry Mack says, you can't remember what the heck you said.
Right.
You just know you said it.
Uh-huh.
And I know I did good because I caught a lot of go-tos that I had to, and just, and then I reached out to the people that was sitting there too, like, yeah, and we're all here for a reason. It's why we're breathing. We're sitting here tonight as human beings, And then I never got cut off. My time was still going, and I was like, okay, when I'm gonna wrap this up, like I'm gonna do the whole song. So instead of doing that, I found a good spot to end it. I did a crescendo, and then I went down with a finish. Like, I demonstrated that ability of it instead of just rhyming. Yeah. And then I stopped it. So she had said it was like 2 minutes. She had stopped the other people, which was interesting. A lot of people stopped early. They just wanted to be there just to do it. Like I feel like they were a local and they were like, hey, why not?
Yeah, right.
You know,
well, sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. So it was insane, and I was glad to get it over with. Once I was done, I come out the door like I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going home. I'm done with this. Look, give me my ticket. Where's my bags? Like, dude, I got to sleep that night and then leave the next morning early as crap, dude. So like,
at this point, was you so ready to come home then, or?
I was so ready to come home, but like, it was such an experience the whole time. I wish that I could have enjoyed it more without that feeling, but I'm happy that I got to enjoy it at all. You know what I mean? It was just
amazing opportunity.
Just wow the whole time. Mind blown. Don't know how to feel. Still don't know how to put it into words. It was a whole thing. They made us go into the lobby and then come out, and then go back in and then come out, and then go back in to film it.
Yeah, they gotta get all them different cuts and angles and all that shit.
It was like
so they can splice it all together. Now I'm just curious. I wonder if they're gonna use, if they do use footage of you, are they gonna use some of the footage that you did from here?
I don't know.
That'd be wild, wouldn't it?
It'd be interesting to find out. Yeah.
Because for those of you guys that don't know, he did an audition from here, which was crazy because at the top of the screen everybody was in wait. And everybody could see everybody. And of course, we had him here with the lights, the perfect audio, the 4 camera angles, and every time, because shit, we waited for what, about 25 minutes, half hour, something like that, at
waited
least.
A good minute, yeah. We had to get everything set up too.
About every 3 or 4 minutes, Ed would switch the camera angle, and you could see everybody look up over to his window, like, what the hell is going on over there? You know what I mean? We had this cool scene set up and everything. And then everybody else, they was like in their closet, in their bathroom, in their, you know, all these weird places.
Yeah.
And half of them didn't go into the Zoom settings and shut off the background noise. So
they didn't read the instructions.
Yeah, their background, they was like playing music off the radio or off their phone or, you know, one of them it was like Bluetooth speakers or whatever, but you couldn't hear it because it was cutting it out.
It was like a Zoom software.
Because we had a hell of a time to figure that one out, to get the PA to go through and not, it was sounding weird and giving us a hell of a time before we went in there and figured out you had to mess with those settings.
Dude, I really hope they use footage from the virtual audition.
It was a pretty cool, you know, for compared to everybody else, even though there was some good auditions as far as what the people did. Like the one lady sang, she killed it. And then the one dude had that real low voice, sounded like the Grinch.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. That dude was, he was badass, even though he had that low voice, man. I was like, that's cool, man. But it was cool to even have that, to even be a part of that here and all that. But apparently they liked it too, though, because...
Yeah, the producer on that one specifically said, you know, I liked that. I'm not supposed to say anything. It's like not a decision or anything, but I just want you to know that I like that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I didn't think I would. And I was like, okay. Well, there was a rapper on the same segment as I was.
Right.
And they did the same thing. They blurred the background music because the Zoom software has settings that says it's going to do it if you don't change it. It was like a vocal front
you gotta open it
thing.
up.
Yeah. So, any other artist that decides to do a virtual audition in the future,
go to settings.
You better do that because it'll cut out your music.
Yep. Or come here and we'll do it the real way. How's that for you?
If you play a guitar or something, it won't cut that out.
Yeah, it was just whatever was in the background.
They had
it's
a yodeler.
Like voice isolation technology.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. They had a yodeler on there. You remember the yodeler? Dude, at the audition, there was this guy. He was every bit as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he sounded like him. He was like Russian or something. And he sang this.
I crush you.
He sang this lullaby that was so like.
I send you to sleep, big boy.
I love you. It was great. Like, I don't know if we were supposed to laugh
Get
or
to the
clap,
chopper.
so we did both. You know, hey, good job. You know, he really
buddy.
he had his heart in it. Get to the chopper.
You ever hear that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in my song? It's like, yeah, I can really do that. If you
Over
like
here.
fun facts, yeah, I'll be back. That was in my song.
It's hilarious.
Shout out Arnold.
Arnold.
I wonder if he lived in LA. I didn't see his star or anything, but like he's big.
He was the governor.
Yeah, California. Yep.
Oh, really? Man.
Sometimes I forget about that.
How come I didn't
That's so
see any
crazy.
memorabilia of his anywhere
I don't
then?
know.
That's strange. Wow.
A lot of stuff involving California, man. I forget.
I don't
about
know if he. Yeah, I guess it was the governor of California, wasn't it?
Hey, but
Or was
remember when the OJ stuff happened, man? On TV, how they went to stop it, man. I remember the NBA Finals was on that year, and they was stopping the NBA Finals just to see motherfucking OJ.
Yeah, chasing his ass.
Down the highway.
You're good for like 2 more now.
Dude, there was an Amazon delivery driver to one of the celebrities' houses, and the people behind us in the tour bus were talking about, hey, we want to go see what's in that package. And you're like, what do you think it is? And the one dude was like, I think it's baby oil.
Oh shit!
Oh boy. Yeah, the whole.
But I hear tell that they had drugs in that. It wasn't about like using it for what you thought it was. Like they rub it on you, and all of a sudden you're high as shit.
I have no idea, man.
And that's why they confiscated it all, because I mean, baby oil is not illegal to have.
Well, what was that? There was the drug that was transferred onto your fingers.
That's what I'm saying.
People would give you money and it would get on your fingers, and then you could overdose
Well, that's
easily.
that fentanyl
like,
shit, isn't it?
That's what I thought. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's fetty poisoning, literally. And it takes less than a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it. It's undetectable. It's this magical,
They've been doing that.
invisible
These cats
drug.
been doing that with them. They'll lay money like at the gas pump.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You'll grab that shit and they'll rob you when you're over there ODing.
I had an experience one time where I was in a situation I shouldn't have been, and I was in a house I shouldn't have been, and I was given currency, and I didn't understand why I received currency, because it was like it was a bad situation. I was trying to make amends with the person, and I got super sick. I had to be rushed to the hospital. I sat out in the front of the hospital while I went through this whole episode. I had a bunch of hand sanitizer. I had the fear of that had happened to me, and I don't know what actually happened to me to this day. I mean, maybe it was a panic attack that was on like level 1000. But I remember bathing in the hand sanitizer and trying to just lay there because my whole world I was drunk but on 1,000. It was bad.
Is there anything that you haven't been through, man? This guy right here, man. So I can respect about this guy right here, man. He's got brass balls.
Dude, I'm not sugarcoating.
Shit.
Dude, I'm not sugarcoating this story at all either. This guy was a straight, real Nazi who had pride in being a Nazi. He had a swastika on the back of his neck. He was living in like the ghetto.
Wow.
He was a scary dude, and he knew everyone. He was a scary dude. That's why I was so nervous to go in this dude's house and make amends with him. Like, hey, yo, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, jeez, that's tough. That's tough.
He claimed he really liked me though. Like he even listened to my music.
Rather have him really like you than really not.
That's what it was. Like I was trying to play that game the whole time.
Yep.
Like, hey, let's be cool, man.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Why can't we be friends?
Friend song, SpongeBob.
Yeah, people are weird nowadays, man. You gotta be vigilant.
Shit, they've been weird. Jim Morrison wrote a song about that in the 60s or early 70s, right? People are strange when you're a stranger.
Hey.
Faces look ugly when you're alone.
The old school song, they say the freaks come out at night.
They come out in the daytime now, boy. They don't even hide.
like Blade, Daywalker, there he is.
They
Man.
got green and blue hair and all kind of shit.
I wonder how ballsy they actually get over there, because it's scary to be out past night, you know? Like, I wouldn't want to go anywhere in LA after nighttime has fallen, because I know how it is around here.
Boy.
Yeah, I've had...
It's like in any city, though, really, you know what I mean? It ain't just any major city, man. When it gets dark, boy, you better be on your toes.
Going down.
Where's
Some
Batman?
places it's worse than the others, that's all.
Yeah.
You said dyed hair earlier. You ever noticed how hair dye seems to cause obesity nowadays?
Sure
No.
does.
Dying obesity? Huh. I'll have to research that.
That's
correlation.
insane. Yeah.
Just go to a Walmart or something. You'll notice.
Everyone you see
I
with
mean, if you think about it, because, red dye number 4.
Okay.
Red dye number 4 is using food, a lot of foods.
yeah.
So-
That's the shit that all that RFK is trying to ban. They're all banning all that shit that we eat is banned in all these other countries, man. They're feeding it to us.
I mean, cue the
Here,
song,
eat this,
The People of
that.
Walmart.
I think we're the only people that are ignorant enough to actually
Keep eating it.
just keep it, just accept
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And know it, and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Well, what
this
choice
is-
do we have? Or
this is
even
gonna
our
kill
ground
me.
is soiled.
Regular foods,
Right.
like all like this shit they're talking about is like Doritos and freaking Frosted Flakes and all this Gatorade and
You
there's
can
all
choose
this
your
nasty
diet.
Shit.
You can choose your diet. You're gonna get a lot of things
But
that you probably
you
don't
know,
want. But I mean,
and that's a big thing too. You know,
Choose your
people
diet.
want to do all this exercising and go on these diets. What it boils down to is eating right in the first place.
That's
I'm
exactly,
not one to talk. Trust me, I eat wrong every day of the week.
me too.
But
I do too.
if you want to lose weight, it ain't about exercise. Exercising is keeping you mobile. That's what exercising does. It keeps your blood pumping, keeps your muscles moving, keeps your bones going. But if you want to be healthy, you got to eat right.
Yeah.
It ain't you can exercise all you want. If you don't eat right, it's still not going to work. I mean, it'll work for you, but
And you can eat good too. You just got to
Right.
eat the right thing.
right
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I was about to say. To me, I don't think it's necessarily what you eat, it's when you eat it. 'Cause,
That too.
Look at most people, especially most average working class people. What's the first thing they gonna do? Oh, then they get done getting their smash on. They taking their ass to sleep immediately.
What's up, KP?
Don't
Says
burn it
I'm
off.
in, fam.
Oh, my man, KP
KP.
Malone. Yeah, Don't Ignore Malone, one of the coldest artists and producers out this month.
What up, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had a little chat.
The producer of Nightmare in Canton,
Maybe.
which is flowing on YouTube right now. Oh, banger. Everybody, man.
Everybody go search it up. Nightmares in Canton.
Seth. I'll ask you since you're here. Who had the hottest verse on that song, man? Everybody say I did, but I don't see it. I think everybody's verse was
What? Hey, you put me on a spot. Who had the hottest verse? Oh,
on
man.
that song. You heard it.
That's tough. That's
I ain't
tough.
put you on the spot, man. You can say your honest opinion, man. I mean,
That is so tough because there's such a versatility.
Between who?
You can't compare two different kinds of arts.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
Poe the Passion,
Yeah.
KP Malone,
Mhm.
the Bushmaster, and who else?
oh, Ace.
Ace.
Because Ace did the hook. Yeah, shout out Aviator Ace from Cleveland,
Aviator
Ohio.
Ace. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Ace.
Yeah.
Almost forgot about Ace.
Yeah. That's too hard, bro. I can't do that. I can't do that to any of y'all. Look, listen, I like KP and your verse better than Poe's though.
Yeah, they say. I mean, I can dig it. I thought we all went hammer around.
The chorus went hard too. I mean, it really
sucks
hammered it
'cause
home.
When Poe was here, that's weird. When he was here, that show was behind the scenes fucking disasters. I owe another quarter, but I just noticed his bumper reappeared on my Facebook because Otto and I might have been, and you all liked it. And I'm like, how did that all? It's an old one, you know what I mean, from when his show, and all of a sudden, it's like, well, why is that all of a sudden popping up?
Well, he's on social media again, and he was being like interactive with it. So I think his pages are starting to flare up again. But see, he does that. He sits back in the shadows for months at a time and goes dark. And then when the show comes up, he's like active. He's there. He's a part of it. He kind of does everything he's supposed to do. It's just he takes his time to get there to like last minute. And then when he's on it, it's like he's got a lot of things that have made a lot of connections. I mean, he was an established artist before he decided to do all this. That's according to him, you know, like, I don't know.
For all you cats just tuning in, Otto's not with us tonight. He's working till like right now. He might pop in the chat now because I think he's working till 9. It's 9:04.
Shout out Otto. Automotive.
So we may see him pop in the chat here.
You know,
soon.
Automotive.
You never know about him. You might see him pop in the door 20 after. He fucking flies from Minerva, man. That dude, he got a foot, boy.
He said he got a left foot.
Lucas, I was asking, did you guys end up doing the audition or the video?
No, I don't think I'm going to audition.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what I want to do. I think as of right now, I just want to focus on producing a record.
Okay.
And I want to get it out to some larger artists. Like, I'm in the process. Actually the song is finished, but I need to start the recording process of a song that I wrote for SeAth Davison down in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
And I think we could really collab. Like, she doesn't do anything musical instrument wise, but she's a fantastic singer.
Oh.
And I think we could really benefit from each other's abilities.
Okay, so you're working on the BBD before you deliver the package.
Yes, sir.
I gotcha. That's dope. Well, good for you, man.
And
I don't know how long or when those auditions will be open, or if they'll be aired. All right, you know, I don't know that, but they are open to everybody. People have asked me about it. They're like, "Man, I wish I could have got chosen."
So how do you do it?
I wasn't chosen. I signed up.
No, I'm saying how do you do it? How do you sign up?
Oh, you go to americasgottalent.com. Just search it on Google, find the actual website. It's under like Cast It Reach. You'll know you're on the right website. Yeah, exactly. And there's like 3 options. There's to go to the in-person audition, to do the virtual audition, or to do a video audition. And I did all 3 options. So that was the one that got through. That was the 4th, technically. And anybody can do that if you just go there and you do it before the season starts, or even I guess during season. I might have joined in the last bit of the season, and that's why everything is taking so long. I'm not sure, but since they don't air the show until May, it makes sense to me. Yeah, they probably took it. It was probably just like a break.
You're definitely gonna have to keep us posted for when it airs.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm supposed to hear back in like a month if I'm going back. It's just like it was last time for, what was it? Was it the virtual audition that I had to wait a month for to find out or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that, only in person.
Yeah, because he was waiting, and then they're like, we're going to do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, shit. And then thankfully, but not thankfully, they had them fires and it was canceled because he probably wouldn't have went that first time.
No,
because we didn't have the funds and he wasn't prepared and all that. So then when that happened, we was like, all right, cool. We got time to prepare for this. Let's try to round him up some money to help him get out there and figure out the situation. And by God, that's Otto got on the ball.
Shout out Media Farm, shout out Otto, shout out my sister.
And then his sister, yep.
Shout out everybody in the whole world. Everybody's fueled all of the dreams that everybody tries to chase.
But,
man,
that was a pretty cool.
Sometimes support is better than nothing, man. It's so hard to get support.
Oh, and Matt Fantone at Mix 94.1.
Yeah, man.
He hooked it up for us.
It was crazy because, like, the video I just posted, it says, like, I was just on the radio. Next thing I know, I'm on a plane to LA.
That was crazy, though.
Back
I just
to
was
back.
Like,
I mean,
cool.
This was like boom, 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 boom. That's how it goes, though, man.
It was a lot.
And that's what I was telling you is if it really pops off, get ready because that wildness you was experiencing out there is nonstop for like a while. They're gonna bleed. They're gonna wring you dry. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, whoa.
I'll be more prepared for it, and I'll be in a better mindset for it. That's for sure. When I find out in a month, whatever the outcome may be, because Frank is gonna be getting a callback. He's always on TV. He'll probably get a callback. Since I'm following him, I'll know regardless. That is part of the strategy is networking with the right people so you know what's going on. With the Harry Mack contest, I entered. Unfortunately, big news, I didn't get chosen. I got a letter of rejection. It said, we regret to inform you that you can't make it, blah, but...
Can't win them all.
Exactly. And
and then that don't mean nothing because you can re-enter that same thing for the next time, and you never know, you might make it. So it just is what it is. You can't let that kind of shit beat you down.
And I would have still known that because I follow the guy who made it. So shout out Fungi Flows, because he's this freestyle spitter. He dresses up like a mushroom, and he calls himself Funky Flows. Fungi, like fungi. And
Sounds like a fun
funky. Yeah, he's good, man. He can freestyle. He got some good vocab and stuff. So, and he made it, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay. Darn, good job. Darn. Yeah.
You know, maybe some people might say this is condescending or maybe even a little bit hot-headed. I say it's their loss, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're on your journey to the top. And
that's what I posted.
it's their loss, man.
I said it's more of a Harry Mack's loss than it is mine, honestly. Because,
Gary says, good luck, Seth.
Yeah, instead of taking it as a loss, taking that as for what it is, a lesson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's always one more step. No matter where you are, you can be at the top.
I should have had you
You can
come
go
over
higher.
and flip the cameras around tonight, Gary.
One step
even
back,
think
two
about it.
steps forward. That's the way I like to think about it. And you know, I got way more than 2 steps coming up. Way more than 2 steps. First of all, I'm here tonight. That's pretty dope. I'm going to be on Dave Pone's podcast. We got the show coming up on May 10th. We got things rolling. And we're in talks. This is not official news, but we're in talks of getting an interview with Q92.
Ooh,
That would be a big
that's a
thing.
big. That's a big one.
It's gonna happen.
I
I
think
promise
it
you
will.
that.
Manifestation is going to
I'm
happen.
tight with Nicolina, real tight.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
In fact, the dude that I was talking about, David Pearl, that was the record executive dude that I kept trying to get my brother to get a hold of, and blah, blah, blah. I seen through one of her posts that she had tagged him in. I was like, I friended him, and he accepted my friend like the next day, dude.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and message him with the message that I was trying to get my brother to send to him, but it was his birthday last week, and I didn't want to, I was just letting him chill and do his birthday thing because I'm sure he's getting enough messages and all that.
Hey,
And then I just totally forgot about it until earlier today. I was actually thinking, I was like, dude, I gotta message this guy because he's no longer with them, with Disney, which is affiliate of Sony, but he's got this other shit going on, and he's still got his foot somewhere. So
okay.
we're gonna find out where he's going and what he's doing, and see if we can't be a part of that action too.
Yeah, we're coming for you. Shout out Mix 94.1 though. I went by the radio station today and I saw somebody, I don't know who it was, standing out there, and I was like, hey! Yeah! I was like,
Me!
they're like, what the heck is this guy on?
I know it was funny because you go in there and there's like the main room as soon as you walk in, and it's the AM guys, and then Fantone's in a room off to the right, Studio B, and then there's Studio C to the left or whatever. And
That's crazy.
these dudes are looking at us while we're like, then they get off air, dude. You know, can we help you with something? Yeah, we're supposed to be here, dude.
Yeah, we're supposed to be here.
Damn.
Why do you think we're dressed like that? We were dressed to impress too. They were
Well, you
in
gotta
their
be.
Sunday outfits. They were
Well,
just
I mean,
chilling.
they're not on video, I don't think.
No, they weren't in there. I don't think he was even
I don't
ready
think
to
they
be on
live
that.
stream or nothing like that. So
We thought it might have been a live thing, and we were in there.
it
we
didn't
go
matter.
In
You got to dress like that anyway. You know what I mean? When you're
Inspiring. Yeah.
we did
No,
video
I just-
anyway. I mean, we did
when
selfie
you're
videos.
conducting business, you dress business like.
Yeah.
You know, in
Dress as
that
such, yeah.
industry, we was dressed accordingly. We wasn't dressed in suits and ties, but we was dressed up in our rock and roll attire.
For the respect factor.
Rock and roll attire.
Yeah, dressing for the
not
situation.
entire.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Shout out Matthew Fantone.
Yep,
What a
Matt's cool
blessing,
as shit.
man.
Dress for the job you want, not the one you have.
Exactly.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's free game right there, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
free game.
Yo.
You guys can have that one, but you heard it here first.
I got more for you. It's better pissed off than pissed on.
Well, you know it's halftime, kids. It's time to use the bathroom, refill the coffees. And then we're gonna come back and get into Bushmaster and why he doesn't like to leave his damn house and all that kind of good stuff.
Oh shit!
But let me get this here halftime music going.
Shout out Gary, shout out KP, shout out everybody in the chat. My phone
thanks for
died.
hanging out with us. Let me get in here.
Enjoy this amazing music
Volume
while you
some.
wait, and we'll be back.
What the hell is that out here?
Oh shit!
That.
Oh, I was like, what was that noise? I didn't take you off yet. You guys are still hot. I didn't get to the halftime. Oh, wait.
See you again, sir. How are you, SeAth?
Man, I'm
It's
good.
so good to see you, bro.
It's good to see you too.
We'll be
Dude, I was just showing you a video to my sister last night.
back in a moment, y'all. Let me put you on
Good
Al.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. We shall be having a brief intermission in our feature presentation. We'd like to remind you all there are snacks and light refreshments at the front bar, hookers and cocaine in the back room. I know where I'll be. The second half of our program will begin momentarily, a little darker, slightly more sinister. Good times for all. Thank you and good night.
Lucas is gonna sit in on some drums for y'all. Dirty Butt Productions presents these two guys. Oh, I gotta flip the camera back.
Wrong one. I don't even.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Let me see. We're back.
Live and
There's
direct.
a couple of you still there. Sounds like
So now I'm in the battle.
we lost them. We've got a few people out there still. They'll be back. They're like these guys.
They've fallen off the
They're
boat, but they
jamming.
can swim back.
They're stinking jamming.
Now it's my turn in the batter's box.
All right.
You want to be battered around like cake mix?
Yeah.
I think Gary, are you still out there, Gary?
I didn't
Is
really-
Are you still with
anybody
us?
out there? Every time I
That's
come
funny.
on,
I just pushed play and we're just now leaving on my phone to go to break because it stopped. Oh,
What up? What up? What up? Where's everybody at? Get up!
he's
Get
like,
up!
oh, I had enough
Get
of
in the
that
chat.
halftime. I did. I'm back in the show. You F them drums. He's over there making a pizza.
uh-oh.
Yep, Gary's still there.
Looked like he was
He
beating
hung
off.
He was
He's beating off.
beating off that bag of ice.
Uh-oh.
Ice, baby.
Cornholio?
Oh,
He's
you know
bringing
what?
the other rapper, Vanilla
Go to
Ice.
all comments again. This stupid thing. This thing always goes to top comments, and I don't see people's comments sometimes. Because I've seen Gary pop up over there, but he didn't pop up on my phone. I'm like, oh, and usually Otto's like, you got to put it on all comments.
I should grab my phone too, real quick.
Anyway.
I would have handed it to you, man. You asked me.
Yeah, they'd only charge you.
It's so weird how you feel like you're on the show, and then you take the headphones off, and you're like back.
I know. You're not on the show.
Yeah, you're not on the show. When your headphones on, it feels like you're just on the show.
A lot of times, Otto likes to do it without the headphones.
That would
Which
be
you can hear everybody in here, but you can't hear like what Al and them's doing. And if eventually, if I had, he's going back. I done muted the drums, but he's going back
I would do
in.
this.
Whoops.
I would have one headphone on and one headphone off like this.
Uh,
But then if you do that, there's just a tiny.
I eventually want to get a thing where I could do effects like I used to do in my radio show, because how it started out is like people would be on my show and they'd say some shit or they'd have a certain funny laugh, and I'd go back to the show and I'd cut that out and then put it in I had a automatic thing that had a different pages. It was a folder and it had 10 things on each page. And it had like 30 built-in effects, like glass breaking,
Yeah.
Gunshots or whatever.
yeah, all that shit.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, ladies screaming and all kinds of stuff. And then I added I started adding in people's laughs and certain things they would say and all this stuff. And I started getting a pretty good archive going. And while we're having conversations, I'm like adding to the conversation with other people's parts of the conversation. And sometimes I've had people in and they're like, I'm confused, what's going on? 'Cause I'd have, and even myself, certain things I'd say and stuff I'd redo and all. It was pretty cool. I got to get one of those for this. I think it'd be awesome.
Dude, that would take it to the next level, man. That's what I want for my shows. Because then I could play and make beats at the same time. So that's what I would use it for. I'd be like, oh yeah, I would be doing some stuff on that. Dude, Lucas could probably set that up. But if
I
you
was
already,
like, what's he doing?
you still got that one that you had, or
Oh no, he ain't. Look, I'm tripping, bro. I'm looking at my phone, and he was just going back to play the drums. So in my mind, I unmuted the drums, but really he's not, because I don't even know where he went. Oh, he's in the bathroom.
Oh,
He disappeared.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, it's like late on my phone, and I was like, what the fuck?
I'm delayed too. When I looked down, I was just doing this.
You know, it's got to have some delay, but it's actually quite a few. It's like 5 minutes behind or so on my phone.
It's not terrible. But Gary says he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been here. Shout out Gary.
Yeah, he's
real
always
one.
here. He's our number
shout
one
out.
fan.
KP, are you here? I'm calling you out.
KP. Still there? No, he took off. He was like, I didn't want to hear this shit.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
These guys over there. He goes, that's terrible. Oh.
Who else is be tuned in? There's like a consistent 5 people always tuned in, but they're never in the chat.
Hey, something is better than nothing, man. That's how I look at it.
But
Yeah,
then we get a lot of views afterwards, though. You know what I mean? A lot of people, you know, it's weird because I don't really think still yet a lot of people don't realize this is live. You know what I mean? They don't get the concept of this being a live show happening right now as it is. This ain't pre-recorded and edited.
Yeah.
Right.
This is straight up.
You know,
What you get's what you got.
I don't know how. I mean, like talking to the people in the chat and like looking at them is the most immersive way that you can make it feel like it's live.
Right.
Dude, Beanzo's been doing it a while, and now he's just become like a robot with it. He's like,
Well, it's not so bad when you're doing like what we're doing, but if you're by yourself, you definitely want a closer camera view so where you can look at the camera and involve your, like you're saying, like you're sitting next to them, talking to them. You know what I mean?
exactly, yeah.
That is very crucial when you're a
Oh, you
loner.
mean kind of like what we was doing? What was that, a couple weeks ago?
When we,
Yeah.
I think we were on Clapper at the time.
Clapper. Okay.
Yeah, we might have done a YouTube live that way too, but yeah, the same exact way. You talk to whoever's on the other side of the screen, just like they're with us.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do though because
It's just like even them reaction people do that. You know what I mean? They're staring at the screen and pretending like you're, you know.
Beanzo makes it look easy, man.
It is easy though. It really is. It's just I don't know. You just got to get used to, you know, doing it. It's.
I tell you what,
I'd do it more if I was there, I'd be like,
dude.
you know what I mean? But
Being on America's
it's way
Got
over
Talent and having my live show way before that, honestly, made me so comfortable to be on camera that it felt like I was in my habitat.
Mhm.
I wasn't nervous for the cameras. I was nervous for the people.
Right. Now I got every one of those radio shows I did, the program that I used on a computer, as soon as it started to stream like this, it would record it. So I got every one of my shows recorded. And I'm going to start posting those. But all I'm going to do with that is put basically a photo slideshow with it, because it's just back then. See, I was way ahead of my time. I was on internet radio doing what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Way back, 15 years ago, almost 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Wow, man.
And it wasn't caught on yet, and I put a lot of shit into it, and it was just as hard to do that as like having a band, dude. Like I did 3 shows a week, and it was tearing me up, man. And not all the shows had guests. Most of the time I was basically DJing, radio DJ, and playing local music and unsigned indie bands or whatever.
Yeah.
And but then I had a studio kind of like this, and I'd have people come in and do an interview, then they'd go jam, or we play songs off their CD or whatever the hell. But I've got like 6 or 7 shows that I had bands or particular people or whatever that are excellent, and then a bunch of shit after that. But I'm gonna definitely post those first. The first one, I got the bass player from Falling in Reverse. I got him and his brother. Their first time ever doing something like that was at my place.
Wow,
I got
man.
that. I'm going to post that, of course. Everybody's probably going to go nuts over that. That might bring them in. Tag it. I gotta learn how to do them thumbnails, man. Them thumbnails is where it's at on YouTube. That's how you suck them in.
Thumbnails super easy.
If I do a thumbnail and put, falling in reverse basis first interview or something, that'll that'll. And then I got my buddy's I was gonna say that again, Spiral Trance, which is no longer the bass player passed away like maybe 2 years ago of cancer. The big C word. I probably shouldn't even have said that. They don't like that.
F cancer.
But I got their show, and I'm gonna do that's the first one I'm gonna try and put out and do it's like gonna be dedicated to Bill. But that's a damn good show. And then, like I said, I got them guys and a local band called Metal Lord and Jimmy Dryjaw and a few other ones, man. They're good shows. Yeah, Jimmy Dryjaw and the Doobie Boots. Some buddies of mine. They're crazy. Them guys, that's a funny show, man. Could dude come in with his spaghetti. I got the spaghetti. That pisses me off because I got pictures of that. Of him even the spaghetti going down to the plate, and he was eating it with his hands and shit. And I took a picture as he was pulling it out, and I was going to use that in the slideshow, and I'll be damned if I can't find those pictures. I got them somewhere because I back up everything. Man. But I just got to go through a stack of CDs. It's probably from this table to the ceiling high to find them. Man. I thought I had it all. I had it all categorized with the metal show because that's what it was, and I can't seem to find them in there. I got all the tags and stuff that I had all these bands do, which dude from Falling in Reverse, I forgot about that, a bunch of that. In fact, I just found a couple posters of their band out in Vegas that I had that they signed, him and his brother, and the dude, the guitar player that's now in Black Label Society with dude from Ozzy.
Hey, but ask up here who will be who in the battle rap.
What's that?
I said, ask self over here who in a battle rap.
Who would be who?
Yeah, he don't want none of this.
Oh, with me and you? Oh man.
I'm just talking shit. Hey, just a podcast
so
talking shit about talk shit.
If y'all want to see
right now.
20 likes if you want to see that. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
So anyway, I was going to get into why the hell do you have this fear of leaving home?
Oh, me, man. I wouldn't call it necessarily a fear, man. Just
maybe not a fear, but you're on Facebook. You're like, man, these motherfuckers out here, boy. I don't even want to leave my house.
Anxiety.
So what's going on, man?
Anxiety, man. Like everybody else, sometimes, man. Maybe I'm like you were saying earlier. Maybe I am a bit of an overthinker. But yeah, anxiety. I'm anxious like anybody else, man. I pick and I choose.
I used to kind of be like that, and I'm just like, man, F it. You know what I mean? If it just, I mean, I don't try to put myself in a bad situation like F it like that, but you know what I mean? You can't just, I mean, you got to live your life.
Yeah, you have to.
And I'm sure, speaking, so you guys don't know, our brother over here served our country, so I'm sure he's got some PTSD, and that's probably got a lot to do with it. And we thank you greatly for your service.
Yeah.
But that I would probably point that more towards that thing if I was a psychiatrist. But I'm not, so don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
If you guys want to show support, you can donate to the Cash App.
Or this man, or support anything, man, with big buff behind it.
Listen to the man's music. How about that? You know?
He's on Facebook.
Shout out Bush.
Yeah, YouTube. I'd say like right now, my that I put out anyway, my best solo song, it's on YouTube right now. It's called No Rules. Got a real nice song that we did with Sepp and I did called
In the Air.
Yeah, in the air, Pimps.
Pimps, yes.
Oh man, this so many, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and say like, oh, I'm the hottest thing smoking, man. But when I have the time, because I'm a father first, like anybody else, man. When I have the time to get into this music, man, I like to dive in head first. quality over quantity kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's back there. Oh.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah,
Boy,
with myself,
bro.
as far as the music go, a quality over quantity kind of guy. Like Seth will tell you, man, I actually songwrite. I'm not so eager to put something out there, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
He likes to take his time and develop an idea and then put it together as a project and then actually take it to a studio. Which is something I don't do. I do a lot of work myself. I should probably go to a studio more often. Shout out KP Malone.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Gotta shout him out, man. Like,
because he's worked on some of your
some art,
best
art stuff,
Nightmares in Canton is, of
Gary
course.
also says thank you for your service.
Oh, you're very welcome, man. I mean, talking about that, man, I won't regret none of that for nothing in the world, man. I want to sound so old school or pro-patriotic, but I'll tell anybody, man, go for it. If that's what you really want to do, serve this country for whatever reason that you might want to, go for it. I only did barely 3 years. No guts, no glory, man. I learned a lot. Collected some money, some of the money that I got like anybody else. Hey, when I was,
Probably not enough for what you went through.
Yeah, but like anybody else, I was in my mid-20s. What I spent it.
Right.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You probably learn a matter of self-discipline.
Oh, yeah, you learn all that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Learn many.
You learn that before you leave
don't get
boot
taught
camp.
that.
Oh, right.
Say.
Self-discipline is everything.
Yeah,
Really is.
You gotta have
really
self-discipline, and you gotta know about your team, your peoples, man.
Right, you gotta be real meticulous, all that. I tell people, you'd be surprised what goes on in the civilian sector versus what goes on in the service side. You know, they almost like one and the same. I don't want to get to talking too much because I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but you would be definitely surprised. Like one thing I touch on, and it's crazy, you can look this up. It's on God, I forget what, Gangland. No, they show Gangland on Spike TV. It's an older episode, but when I was in the service, I was in Korea at the time, 2000, 2001. They really had a problem with gangbanging. In the military. Like, I'm seeing people.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, like, I'm seeing people with their flags, throwing up sets and everything. I'm thinking they playing around. No, they serious. They was dead ass serious. I shit you
Now,
not.
in our military, you're saying?
Yes.
Damn.
I don't want to. Like I said,
How the hell they get gang members up in there? They probably because they went to court and was like, you either go to the military or you go to prison.
Some guys was telling me that. Yeah, like the waiver policy. A lot of guys are telling me that, and like some guys they were just discreet with it, and like if
crazy.
anybody ever watches it, man, like gangs, they have a thing now where they don't want you necessarily out of a criminal record, so you can join the service for a hot second. Because in the Army in particular, there's a shitty NMOS called might be something different now, but it's called 12 Bravo, which is explosives demolition expert, and you can join and do that enlistment for like about 2 years. But just imagine how much you learn in them 2 years. Fire, you talking about you learning firefighting, hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
A little bit of something.
Defusing bombs and
a little
ammo.
bit of something in 2 years. And then you imagine like coming back out and to say like, okay, California. You coming back learning that in gangland. What you think you're going to be able to do with the police? Other than have them scared.
Burn those Teslas down.
But nah, man, as far as the music, man, I tell people, I don't really have a particular demographic or audience for my music, man. I just try to do it, man. Like, my energy kind of guy, man. I catch vibes. Like, me and Seth were talking about that earlier. Like, kind of gotta, like, I don't know, not to sound philosophical, man, you gotta kind of become one with the beat. Where you can't literally touch it, but you can't literally then figuratively, excuse me.
He literally lives by what he preaches in his song. The best music has no rules.
You can't, man.
Keep it real.
Can't take you there in your mind, man. To me, but the beat can't take me there in my mind within the first, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, man. I know it's not for me.
And then we'll be freestyling out in public, and he went with me. Shout out Bushmaster for this, because one of the only videos that I have filmed in rapping to strangers in public before all this ever went down was in downtown Canton, and we got a lot of people. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I forgot that we even did that. Yeah, that was fun.
And he freestyled for people too. And one of the things that you got to do when you freestyle for somebody that you want to be a fan of you, like on more of a level than just like listen to the music type thing. Like I actually want to follow you and see what you're into. You got to stay positive, and you can't talk about violent things, and you can't scare them away.
Right.
And that is very, very hard to do when you're freestyling, let alone writing. And then he can do it. And he was doing it. We were talking about orange trees to this guy. Remember that? The camera guy. And we were going off, man. And he was killing it.
Yeah, just on the random side. We really didn't have anything to do that day. We just...
Yeah, you know. We ended up hitting up a voluntary food bank and clothes drive. Yeah. We went down to the Jersey Center, and all those people were watching the game, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to interrupt the game, but do you want to hear a freestyle? And they,
Centennial Plaza. Yeah, I had to think about what you were talking about. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we rapped for all those people.
We kind of like the dynamic duo, man, when we link up and get together, man, on the music thing, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Now, you did one with that dude out there in California, too, right? You got a little clip on your...
There's a couple of them. One was in Venice, and it ended up being a couple people, but they were in and out passing, and there was a couple people that stayed. So there's a video of that one, and we freestyled together, and then a freestyle with his name and shouted him out, and it was.
I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, you talking about what? I think I might have seen it.
He had like
shorter dude with the
big hair.
Yeah.
God's Will is his name.
Yeah, right.
God's Will.
He was nice too, man. Shout out to the homie.
Yeah, shout out God's Will, man. And then there was Money Moo. I did a feature with him, and that was a freestyle. Not many people know that. His was written, mine was a freestyle. I didn't write a 16, and so I didn't have anything prepared. I was like, I got way too much, dude. He's like, I was like, okay, I'll just freestyle it. And then I got a couple that when I was at the audition too. So I had a freestyles there too.
But all that stuff is kind of hard, man. Like, see, like SeAth, like I can understand why he calls it freestyle, but I'm like a little bit older.
I
don't want to say it. Like I call it off the top work.
Yeah.
I mean, like most people call it freestyle, which I can understand that, but I'll call it off the top work. And that's not really particularly for everybody, man. Like you gotta be special and just be. I don't know, like this.
Did you ever see that? She's a white chick, and I want to say she's a country singer or something, but she was on some show, one of those podcast things, and dude said something about it. She busted out into a freestyle rap, dude, and tore it up, bro. She killed it. I was like, wow. I mean, her what she was talking about was so relevant. And everything, how she laid it out there was crazy, dude. She was badass. I was like, wow,
the internet, man.
You just never know with people, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's why, man, I love the internet, man. There's just so much stuff. When on the subject of that, I want to shout out 2 different podcasts, man, because these people is cool as hell that I've been networking with. That's another thing, man, I want to encourage to anybody, man. Network is your net worth.
Yeah.
But while I'm on the subject of that, man, shout out my guy, Dave Bone. It's called the Nation of Elevation Podcast, man. Hot to death. Chopping it with Pops. Shout out to y'all, man. Like, if y'all want to get y'all music heard, yeah, y'all can pay on there to get y'all music heard, but you don't have to pay a thing. If you don't want to, man, all you gotta do is just share it to their website, man. They get it played. SeAth is a testament to that. Hey. And these guys, they have placement in foreign countries. All love. White dude, I mean, not to sound stupid or whatever, but white dudes.
Like, you talking about Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Okay, yeah. I'm supposed to be on his show, and we shouted him out.
Yes.
Dave, I'm going to be on your show, man.
What the hell is that military ASO or IS? It ain't ISO, that's a damn computer thing.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
And
it's on the tip of my tongue.
They have musicians and bands and all that come in and play for the troops and all that.
APs, I want to say that might be the name of it is.
It's something ASO or ISO or something. Yeah. But back in the day, we used to know this dude that got hooked up with that, man, and the military used to fly his band everywhere to play for the troops all over the world. And paid them big money too, dude. Like, I was like, I would love to get into that.
Yeah,
boy.
that's a true story. Cause if I could, knock on wood, I know what you're saying is true. Cause I had a chance to meet even though it was briefly, I got to meet Coolio. And that's what he was telling me.
Gary's good. USO, yep.
Yeah, USO. Thank you, Gary. But yeah, through the USO, like they
I bet Tom McDonald's in that.
Coolio was touring, like down there in Korea, and I was asking him, like, man, how much money did you get for this? He's like, oh man. He told me, I'm like,
it was
crazy.
Yeah, it was a band called Alistair Wild, and I believe the bass player and the singer got in a fight. And I can't remember which one's which, but the one dude punched the other dude in the face and killed him.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, man. That was a wrap.
Yeah, I met a couple.
Damn.
I met a couple entertainers when I was still in service. That was involved with that.
USO.
Yeah, USO. Coolio, like I said, was one woman I had a chance to see.
I forgot about that. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Montel Jordan. The R&B singer, man, like that dude, man.
Get the gas band on some USO tour, boy.
They pay good money.
Yeah, you got that right.
In the military, you gotta remember.
And you don't pay for nothing. Rooms.
The military, they
protect you.
Yeah, the military has their own radio and production and media company. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Just like churches and other stuff like that, but only in the actual revenue. You know, like that would be. If Tom McDonald is not involved in that he is missing out, honestly. Because,
my God.
The one with Trump? I mean, the one with, what was the other guy? The one guy that a lot of people don't like because he says...
Adam Calhoun?
No, not a rapper, a politician.
Is that
Ben Shapiro, I think.
Yeah. No, he's not a politician. Ben Shapiro's that Jewish dude that...
That's attorneys, right?
I don't know.
No.
I might be saying the wrong name. But Tom McDonald did a song with this guy. He wasn't a rapper at all. And he literally rapped on it. It was a big political statement.
I wonder if... I think I know what you're talking about. But it was funny because Upchurch put like a 18-minute video up earlier. And he was acting like he was Adam Calhoun and talking about Tom McDonald and all this shit. Oh my God, it's so funny, dude. I was dying, dude. Wow. He goes hard on that Adam Calhoun. He calls him Yadam. And he talks, this fucking thing over here, man. I'm just doing, man. I just do rapping. It's hilarious, man. I got an idea that, in fact, you're gonna help me with it.
Yeah, hopefully they should be careful with that, man. Everybody's crazy that you talking about that, because you look at the beginning parts of rap, and like when KRS-One, and for instance, like shout out KRS-One, that's one of my favorite rappers. But when he got up into the political stuff, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah. This has nothing to do with political. This has got to do with. I don't even remember what the hell them two guys. This Adam Calhoun dude went over to Upchurch's house once or twice to do some shit, and then all of a sudden, shit got weird, and Upchurch don't like too many people at his spot.
It's white boy drama.
Very few people get in there. Yeah, exactly.
It's white boy drama, bro.
Long story short,
it's not even that big. Yeah.
It happens, man.
It does though.
But it's just, oh my God. I mean, it's like. Upchurch is dogging him so bad, dude. It's just, it's almost pathetic at this point, because it's like, damn, bro. And dude keeps messing with him, and he told him prior to all this that he was going to do this. He goes, if you keep effing with me,
oh damn,
I'm going to tell you, dude. I'm giving you one last warning. If you keep up and you keep running your mouth, I'm gonna. You got some shit coming.
That's how it was with.
And he kept running his mouth, dude. And now it's been about 2 months or more, he's been going hard on this dude. I mean, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, sometimes, man, you gotta leave sleeping dogs where they lay.
It's like, and he don't. And it all started because he's trying to blame Upchurch or some shit, but Upchurch records everything that happens at his house, and he told them guys that he's like, if you keep messing with me, I'm gonna pull out he goes, I got receipts, and I'm gonna pull them out if you don't shut your mouth. And they kept him and Jelly Roll. There was this big thing. They had this meeting over at his house or somewhere, and they was he had somebody recording it. And
I'm
they
not into
talked
all
some
that.
shit.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now, man. I don't really get into all that stuff, man, because that stuff ain't really my lane, but it's crazy, man.
But that's where it all started with Jelly Roll. They was all in one room, and they was all talking this shit.
You know about the other rapper? Not to cut you off like that, but what is his name? Haystack? The same area, man. They say some guys is kind of weird.
Right. And that's what Upchurch is saying. He goes, man, I don't mess with none of you cats.
I had to think about what you're talking about.
What he was pissed off about, the biggest thing is Jelly Roll not only was sitting there talking about, he was saying that him and Upchurch's was the king of Memphis. And Upchurch is like, shit, bro, there's only one king, and that's me. And, he's been around doing this shit for a while. And just because Jelly Roll's on a major label and they're trying to get him to come over, and he's like, F you, I'm not doing it. I'm doing fine just where I'm at. I don't need to be on a major label. Because I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it be, man.
They're pissed about it, and they're trying to do all these things. And then, so, with all that going on, they started talking shit about him and all this, that, and the other, because he didn't want to play their game. And now they're like talking shit, and now it started into this big thing, and you just gotta,
come around it that way.
And
man.
Upchurch is a comedian. And
Lord.
Tom McDonald's come on and said some things, and I just watched it, and it's like, this dude's an idiot, but Upchurch is actually funny, dude.
You don't like Tom McDonald? What?
I don't really have nothing against the dude personally.
I'm not familiar with his catalog myself.
I
mean, some of his stuff sounds all right, but
maybe I am a fan of Tom McDonald because I talk about how much I don't like him.
Adam Calhoun is who I meant, but Tom
talking
McDonald
about
also,
Memphis, man. Like Memphis, I just know from being personally around that mother, man. Memphis, man, that's not a place for the faint of heart. I put it to you that way, man.
Yeah,
well, I wanted to say that
coming up out of there,
especially
musician-wise, man, you gotta think. Not like people don't want to wind up like Young Dolph, for instance, real big, independent-wise, or whatever, whatnot, and he, wanted to stay that way. And look what happened to him. He wound up getting killed in his own hood.
Yeah,
crazy. Just make you wonder, man. Make you think. Make you want to watch.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck going on. I said that word, but you got it,
Had
man.
your head
for
on a
one more.
swivel. Where's Tom at? Where does he live? Tom McDonald. Is there anybody?
Canada.
I thought somewhere out west, maybe.
It's possible. I mean,
or he might live out there, but he's from Canada because Upchurch has cracked on him. He's got a couple songs where he dissed him and was telling him to go back or whatever.
Well, I heard a
saying
Tom
something about
McDonald
his maple
track.
syrup or some shit.
It was a diss track, and it was to Mac Lethal. It was Battle of the Macs. Apparently, it was a big thing, and I had no idea whatever it existed. But there's 3 parts. I've never heard Tom McDonald like this. He is like raw, dude.
Yeah.
You have to listen to it. He made the dude completely retire. If you think about it, Mac Lethal, he's gone. He made him get a divorce in his actual life. Like the dude he actually destroyed the dude's life. And then on the next song, he talked about how he did it and rubbed it in his face, and it got worse.
I think I remember something about that.
I don't even know what happened on the next song because I was like, damn, dude, you killed him. There's no reason for another track. What did that guy do to you, bro? It was insane. I mean, it was really good too. Really good. And I don't really like Tom McDonald all like that. I just like to hate on the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I vaguely know who he talking about, man, but I'll be like everybody else will, in a sense. I'll be off of my own lane. I couldn't tell you what's trending music was.
My sister's a big fan of him, but
people look at me and ask me, my man, you ever heard of such and such? On my man, who?
I like Jelly Roll.
Who? Like for instance, what's the guy? Trippie Redd. The rapper. People ask me, man, you ever listening to music? No. But that's not saying that he's a bad artist or nothing, but I mean, I don't know.
Not my cup of tea.
I say, with Upchurch, I was introduced to him probably over 10 years ago when however long it was when he did Nutshell. My one buddy was like, oh, check this out. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I was like all salty and shit because this rapper's doing some Alice in Chains, you know what I mean? I was like, that's, okay. And I didn't really know, you know what I mean? It was like, okay. And then, you know, rewind here last year or whatever, I don't even know what made me, I think it was on YouTube. I started watching him because he was talking about like some conspiracy. He was actually putting dots together, but not telling you. He was showing you things and be like,
without saying too much.
Yeah.
And one of the things that fascinated me the most was the fact that when he explained the definition of alien, illegal alien, and a couple other things, and then he showed that guess what 3 states have the most abductions of people? California, Texas, and Florida. Most people come up missing. Now, guess what 3 states also have the most UFO sightings?
California, Texas, Florida.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And the way he was coming off is, you know, he's saying that there's something more to this child abduction and all this human trafficking.
Oh yeah, man.
With that.
Yeah.
And he was pointing out certain things in certain movies that it's like relating to all this, like
out in plain sight.
It's crazy, yeah. And I mean, and that's what kind of got me into him. And then I started, you know, then listening to music more, and then all of a sudden, I was like, wow, this dude can play rock, he can do rap, he can do country, and he can do country rap, country rock. And it's like, wow. And it's like, because of the country songs that he does, it actually kind of accoladed me into some of that music, which, being a stagehand, I've worked for all the biggest country acts there is and got to sit there and actually listen to it. But I still am not a hard country fan. There's only certain songs, but I like a lot of his. And now I'm starting to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hear what that
because you followed
style
along.
of music is about. Most of it I still don't like. Tear in my beer, blah 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 blah.
Tearjerker country music.
But
I can't get into
and
that.
there's some of the old school I like, and some of you know the newer stuff.
Did you just said it though, man? Hearing music and listening to music is a big ass difference. Like that's why I'm like just like you, man. I don't really have a particular problem with country music except like you just say this that old. One love my dog and it didn't come down.
Away my truck broke down. My old lady gone.
And
I'm in my perfect pair of
my bag of weed is empty. My Budweiser's
somebody
on
called the
the
sheriff because it's illegal for her to look just like that.
I just finished my whiskey.
And
I kicked the dog in his ass.
And I'm gonna have me another shot as I twist up some of this grass.
That's the
We've got it. We really
Yeah,
do.
cause I reckon she's getting a little bit too big for her britches.
The truck broke down, but the radio
I got
still
these
works.
boots and I'm ready to use them.
Okay, hey, but I can't help it where I get all that from, man. I tell people this all the time, man. I go up around people, man, probably whiter than y'all with my black ass. So I know to play both parts of the game.
Man, you know,
it's
it's crazy because when I started dating black chicks, like, it was to a point where I'd walk down the street or I'd be with her and I wouldn't even realize in my mind that we got 2 different colors of skin. And I would see people looking at us, and it would take me a second to realize why they was looking crazy. Because especially when you got this, you know, rock and roller dude with this, you know, black chick that's pretty well gorgeous, and it's like, what the hell? It was a weird looking combination, you know, right? And it wouldn't even dawn on me, and I'd be like, oh. And you know who the worst people was?
Bunch of own.
That just seemed like old women, white women, and
Karens.
And I would say from about 30 to 45-year-old black dudes was hating, boy. The old women's, they always give you this weird look.
Oh, the stank face.
Yeah.
That's a pretty.
And black dudes will look at me all weird, give me a weird look.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was crazy because
I'd like to invite y'all to my church.
Like when I'm around people, like if you're just a regular human being, you're just a damn regular human being. I don't even look at skin tone. Don't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's weird to me. Like, and then all of a sudden something like that will happen. I'll be like, oh yeah, or somebody will say something. I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, that shit. We are doing. Wow. It's just crazy
on a
to
person,
me.
man.
I just don't even look at it like that.
Yeah.
We like what we like, you know.
Yeah.
Don't see color, don't see age, don't see ethnicity.
I mean, I
just
see
love.
asshole. That's what I see. If
man,
you're an
it's,
asshole,
it's
you're
crazy.
an asshole.
Love has an O in it.
Man, it's crazy. You just talked about AIDS. Like, and this is one concept, man. I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm like so sick of hearing people say, "Oh, well, how old are you again?" And you still running around here trying to do whatever music you're trying to do, especially rap music, man. Like, can we just like erase ageism out of music, period, man? Especially rap. Like, who gives a fuck? And I said it again. I'm much more limit.
But you're even now.
Look what Shaq did, though. I mean, you know, he's not.
I mean, but this.
But look
you
at
know,
Eminem's. He's fucking. You
right,
know,
I mean, but just feel me though. Like with rockers, you could have say Mick Jagger,
yeah, like a
dude,
lot of
older
old
than dirt.
musicians.
But let him go out and advertise the fact that he about to be in concert, man. You gonna have everybody and their mom packed.
Older than
But then,
sold
okay.
out. Couldn't sing then. Can't sing
Right,
now
but-
hardly.
We'll say the old school rapper.
Regardless.
Okay, like we'll flip it and say I don't know,
Snoop.
KRS-One or Snoop, right? Is about to perform. Like, oh man, that motherfucker too old.
I don't know, man. I seen him once in a show, but this was a while back. And what was wild is he was in a rock show. It was Linkin Park and a bunch of other bands, and Snoop was in the middle of the mix, and it went over beautifully. I mean, the whole audience loved it. And then like Lil Wayne, when he played Blossom, the damn gates opened up, and you could hear the rumble of the people coming up over the hill. My jaw hit the ground.
No, that's sick.
80% of those people was white suburban kids.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what?
That's how I beat that.
That blew. I was that I was not expecting.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, they do come for them older cats.
Yeah,
But they do have this weird thing about like the kids nowadays, like you say, this older music.
Nobody want to hear
It's
that.
the best. It's the better shit.
That's the only stuff that's still played and
Gary said,
relevant.
"I grew up in
yeah.
Highland Park, where I learned color don't matter. It's the person."
Yeah, really.
It's the
Black,
qualities.
white.
It's the qualities
Amen.
that you can't see with your eyes. That's what
Exactly.
matters.
Exactly. Like
That and if they're a good kisser, if they can't kiss,
Right. It's over.
it's either any of you guys ever kiss somebody that's just not good at
Yep.
it. Like it's
Oh,
horrible.
yeah.
It's horrible.
Come on, man.
Yeah, who has it? Man.
Especially when it's someone you're not like entirely sure if you really want to kiss them all like that, and they just go ham on you. And
I was told at a very young age to don't leave no rock unturned.
Hey, true old school shit.
So,
try everything
yeah.
once,
Old
the good
school
things
shit.
twice.
That remind, hey man.
And I can also say the worst pizza cushy, the worst piece of coochie I ever had was effing fantabulous. There is no bad.
That's crazy, man. That you said the quote that you said, man. I'm like in one of my songs. I said a little old school line, like most people say. You probably heard of it. You know what I say? One thing that my elders taught me was this: you must learn why to walk quietly by carrying a big stick.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to never know what that mean, but I know that now. You know what I mean? I mean, that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I catch vibes from stuff, man. Like, stuff will tell you, and I don't be getting it. Like, people will tell me about music. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you so hard to perform right after. Like, man, I'm performing. I'm not performing after you. I'm going before you. Like, man, what you mean? I'm not doing nothing, man. But being myself. You know, it's like with me, when I do music, man, especially live, man, it's like I'm talking to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's my little therapy vacation. I ain't a rich man just like nobody else. When I get a chance to do my thing on the music side, though, I try to, like sports, what the coaches say, leave it out on the field, leave it all out on the field.
If you love it, do it, you know, and it depends on how much you love it that you do it. I mean, whatever amount you want to put into it. I think I was just talking to somebody. I was talking to Money Moo in LA about it. I was just giving him free game and stuff. I was like, listen, if you love music and you want to do it for a living, you have to have a living and do music for a living.
Man.
Hey, work 8 hours at a job and then go home and work 8 hours on music. That doesn't necessarily mean yell at the mic for 8 hours a day, but figure out what you're going to do with it, or what you want to do with it, or where you'd like it to go. Give it a vision, give it a story,
Right.
Write your narrative, where you're going to go next, plan a show. Whatever you're going to do it. It may end up only taking like 3 hours, and then you're done with it. But jobs are like that. You go to work, and sometimes it's a half day, and you get to go home. You never know.
All right.
It depends on what you put into it, how much you want to put into it. Because if you love it, do it. Who cares? I mean, it's almost a crime to not do it and show people, because it's an art inside humans that can't be understood without presenting it. You know, it
And
can't be felt.
There's only so many humans that are blessed with that ability to produce art.
That is one of
The
the
way
biggest
musicians
fears.
do.
Everybody
is in life, though, the
is
people that
special
is
in
public
their own
speaking.
way.
And as he says that, you think about back in the medieval times, which I just seen a documentary the other day that said that was all, that didn't even happen because there's no records. But anyway, that's a whole nother conspiracy. But, you know, the cats that entertain the kings and the queens.
Oh, the
and that,
jesters.
the jesters, the musicians, and musicians. When the castle got stormed and everybody got slaughtered, they was the ones that they took them cats. The entertainers, they didn't get killed. Seriously, they did. You know what I mean?
They were important.
Right.
Yeah,
Essential
and
workers, huh?
They were
Yeah.
innocent too.
They bring
yeah,
them
I
on
guess,
over
yeah.
so they can get entertained by themselves.
Man, then you gotta remember about.
So when the
Coco
castle's
Satan.
getting stormed, you best be playing your shit. It's like, hey, dude, look at here.
Dance or off with your head.
Always reminds me of that
Best be
scene.
over there yodeling.
Reminds me of that scene in the Titanic movie. There's like some rich couple standing there next to the grand staircase as water is pouring in.
Yeah, and
water
they're
at their
still
feet.
playing the music. And
And they're playing the music, and the waiter's like, "Can I get you guys? You guys should get to a lifeboat." And they're like, "We're fine, but I'll take a brandy."
It's crazy, man.
The whole bottle, please.
Crazy. Music is like anything else, man. It affects different people in different ways. man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
But affects us all in the same way.
Music is so much deeper than people even realize, because it's all in the marketing and the advertising. Music is one of the most engaging advertising techniques that there is to sell something. Politics is all about selling an idea.
Well,
And so it's deeply involved.
music is one of the universal language.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It can be spoke without having
Right.
words. Yes.
You know, you can make a person feel just by the way you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
way
it's
you
control.
play, the way
It's control.
you design a song,
Right.
the emotional roller coaster that you can
Go on.
make it in the song.
And see, my opinion, like the view on the whole world has always been that film is above that, because film is music, art, and visual and storytelling all put together. And I was like, man, who's the most important people in the world? Like when I was given this assignment
The
at the end of
person
high
writing
school.
the story.
Well, they say, what do you want to do for a living? And you have to write like a 9-page essay or whatever. I didn't know. I had no idea what I wanted to do. but I thought about the most important people, or who, you know, gets good money or whatever it is. And I thought of actors. I was like, you know, I'd like to be an actor because I know of actors before I even knew of politics and government, honestly. And that was the thing that I've always stuck with. I was like, it's literally that. And then through life, doing music and learning editing and learning how to be in the film industry, that's where music started for me, was learning it to put it on, you know? And it was a heavy thing for me. And then going to LA and seeing how the film industry destroyed LA, like it was the politics of that place. And that is the place that is spoken of.
It wasn't just the film industry, but definitely the politics.
Yeah, they probably played a part into it.
It's crazy.
It definitely played a big part.
You know, you never know, man. That's why I tell people, man, like, yeah, you gonna have natural worry about stuff because you're gonna see stuff on the street, you're gonna see it on TV, man, but ultimately, man, live your life.
Exactly.
Live your life. Everybody's grown. Everybody knows the difference between right and wrong, man. Go ahead, man, while you got the opportunity to do what it is that you got to do, man, and let the feel to determine your fate. But
whatever your passion is, just chase that. I mean,
but you have to do something, though. That's the whole thing about it. Like, some people, we live in it. This is just opinion talking to me. I know opinions are best, but like some people, they want to just like have this thing, bro. It shouldn't matter how much effort I put into it. As long as I put in some effort, a result should come. Like, no, it doesn't work like
absolutely matters how much effort you put into it.
Yeah, there's levels to it. People don't understand that. It's not like you gonna reach the pinnacle of your success and then that's it. Like, nobody's gonna try to come at you or whatever.
You know, they talk about manifesting and the universe hooking you up and all that. None of that shit happens at all. Yeah, you can manifest and the universe hooks you up, but guess what? You have to make it happen.
Right.
You can't just sit there and go, oh, I wish the universe would help me out. You got to get up off your ass and you got to go out there and make it happen.
Yeah,
then the universe goes, oh, this dude's putting in some effort. Let me throw him a bone.
Right, no work, no eat. Like
that's
Brown.
facts. It couldn't have been said better right there, yeah. You already go out and do it. It's just like Lucas said, dress for the job that you want, not that you have. It's just like that. Put yourself in that position. The worst thing that they can do is say no.
No, right.
They're like, you want a job, call them.
That's one of the biggest fear in people, though, man, rejection.
Go to your record label and bang on the door. Submit letters every day.
This
you
dude
just don't get the cops caught.
has this dumpster company now. And me and my brother I forget why the hell we even stopped there. And I think we was getting some pallets he had sitting out by his actual trash dumpster. But he owns like one of those roll-off dumpster companies or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, and he's from Akron. And his place is right over there behind Kennedy's Barbecue. He's got that building right there behind there, and come in there, bought that and fixed it all up and got that company. But he said that's his 101 business. And he said he failed 100 businesses before he finally got that one and it actually took off.
Wow, man. That's crazy. How do you even? Yeah. You know, my brother is kind of the same way. He had multiple businesses, and he talks about how there's like an LLC or something that you can get into, and it covers your business crash, your bankruptcy, and then you take it into another business and reinvest. He's had multiple businesses, and now he's running a club in Mexico. Like, he's established.
We're actually supposed to be out of here. It's already way over. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I mean, he's just actually established. And it's like, yeah, even Trump. I mean, you know, he had multiple failed businesses. Speaking of which,
if y'all need a job, they down there hiring if you know some things about roofing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I seen that on your Facebook page, as a matter of fact.
Yep. You can go to Adam K. Spolt's page and find out more information on that, or you can contact me or my sister.
I believe I shared it on my Facebook.
Yep. You gotta be pretty skilled. I don't know all the information about it, but just if you're into that type of thing, feel free.
Oh yeah, especially like if you're a local business owner or anything, and I'm happy to be a friend with you on Facebook or I see your stuff. Live in the same city, please believe I'm gonna share it. Sharing is caring. Teamwork right to dream work.
Shout out
Believe that.
Little Shop of Bargains. Shout out the Media Farm. Shout out
Big Buff Records, B&E
Sharesville
Records.
Storage. Yeah.
Shout out Don Cascavelli. Shout out everybody, man.
Yeah,
Shout out everybody, man. If you out there, man, and you putting some boots on the ground, man, you making a
Somebody
big attempt, man, every day to do what you gotta do, man.
Somebody told me a really good
Salute.
saying, and it was because I was searching for a reason, just a reason for doing what I've done or why it's been put on me and why I have to do it. And it was like, what am I providing the world with, music or whatever, beyond whatever it was. And the guy was like, look, you don't have to worry about what you're doing because where you go is the blessing. It's the people you greet. It's the in-between. You are the blessing. And I was like, man, okay, that's pretty deep. Like, okay. And then I walked differently after that, It just felt like, okay, I feel calm. I feel calm.
That's what's up, man.
And that is truly the purpose. I have a song that I wrote recently that it has some lines in there. It's like, I'm a liar, I'm a thief, I don't live by what I preach. Life is the gift. Just learn how to live it. And if it's work that you gotta do, it's work for you. It's not work for anybody else. It benefits you. Make yourself better throughout the daily basis. Exercise, do your passion, do whatever you want to do, but do it for you. Just live. That is the message.
So Lucas back there on the acoustic.
Yeah.
So that's about it for today, kids. Want to thank these two for coming and hanging out.
Oh man, thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
man.
you. Yeah,
Seriously,
man.
thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
We will catch you all next Wednesday. I think I'll just leave it go for a minute. Switch the camera over and let these guys jam for a second before we cut the stream. But appreciate everybody for hanging out that did.
Yeah.
And hopefully see you next week. Go back and watch it again. Leave me some comments on the
Like,
YouTube.
comment, and share, please. And thank you very much.
A little goes a long way.
Be kind to one another. See you guys on the next one.
Later, Gary.
We out. You in there? Oh, I'm gonna put everybody's gone anyway. I'm gonna kill the stream.
And me and Will helped set all this up and tear all this down before. This is so complicated. I mean, it's not